everyone's got three motivations when they come to investing. You want to protect your money. You want to make sure your lifestyle's okay. You want to maintain it, even if you're working less or you eventually retire. But then you also want to improve your lifestyle. Like everyone, to some degree or other, wants to like move up the wealth distribution from where they are now. They want to be better off than their friends.
You want to level up.
Exactly. Everyone wants that. And then some people really want that. Some people just a tiny bit. But everyone has all three to some extent. But when you look at most financial advice or like books or whatever, they just focus on the first two. People tend to talk about protection and maintenance, and the drive to improve, I think, gets ignored, and that causes a problem because people go and talk to a financial advisor, and the financial advisor will talk to them about like annuities and diversification, all this stuff, which is important, and everyone will like nod along politely. But then when they see a house on their street come up for sale, go, oh, we can flip that and make some quick money, because that drive is still there to improve. And so I think you have to recognize all three of those motivations. And so if making an improvement is important to you, which it can be, like there are a lot of people who feel like they don't have much to lose, and so it's more important to gain than to maintain. And so it's just a case of like recognizing that and doing that in a safe way and an intelligent way, rather than like going and like gambling. And this is not like me giving permission to go out and like get involved in meme coins and all that kind of thing, because like you can do it, but you got to do it in an intelligent way. But I think because a lot of people aren't getting validation on that, they're going and doing it in ways that are not so smart.
A bit loose, yeah.
Can we just break down the buckets a bit more, and what different demographics might put in them at different times? Because I think that might shift over time as well.
For sure. So this came from some work done by a guy called Ashwin Chabra, which is he identified these sort of all assets can be divided into one of three buckets. So you've got protect, which is basically making sure that if something bad happens, you're okay. So an emergency fund is like the most obvious version of that. He put your home in there, as I would. That's controversial. People think their home's going to make them rich, but we can go into it. But I think that home is protective, because if you've got a paid off home, whatever things go wrong, all good, you've got your home. Then you've got maintain. So that's your compounding portion. So if you've got your diversified index funds, that's going to grow at some percent on average over time. It's not going to make you rich, but it's going to enable you eventually to sort of ease off on work and stop work while maintaining your current lifestyle. But it's not going to make you like super mega ultra wealthy unless you let it compound for years, like Warren Buffett did. Like he made 95% of his money after he was 60 or something. That's because he's been compounding for such a long time. But if you want to change your life in the short term, or you want to like have your name on the side of a building one day or something, then index funds aren't going to get you there. You need to do something. You need to take more risk, and that could still be in the stock market, but taking more concentrated positions, things that can like rocket up in value. It can be investing in property. It can be things like that, where it's more risky, but it's got the potential to give you outsized returns. So the point is that anything you can invest in can only serve one of these motivations at a time. So you need to figure out like which is the most important to you. Because if you had enough money that you could invest in everything, it wouldn't even be a conversation. But everyone's going to have to choose. So it's like, okay, what's most important to me right now? And that's the type of investment to focus on.
But they can have an allocation to index funds and be paying off a mortgage, but then carve out a piece of their finances to roll to try and become rich or wealthy.
Yeah, and that's why I think having this framework, I find it really useful, because it's like it simplifies a lot of stuff. Because like if you get people obsessing about like which index fund, or it's like the fees are like 0.03 versus 0.04 or whatever. It's like it doesn't really make that much difference, because it's all the same type of thing. Yeah. If you're hoping it's going to make you rich, it's not. So don't worry about it. So if you just get the balance right, maybe it's like 10% to the risk taking, maybe it's 0%, maybe it's 50. It depends on who you are. But if you get the balance right between the three, then the absolute detail doesn't matter so much. It kind of simplifies everything.
I'm all in on YouTube, right? Essentially, I'm all in on content creation, and I'm taking a lot of risk. I quit my job that was 100K a year. So that was the investment that I made. Yeah. But underneath that is a bedrock of boring index funds that mean that even if this doesn't work, I know by retirement I will be okay.
This was a clip from our interview with Rob Dix about myths about money. For the full episode, click right here.